Jack, Ollie and I are off to forest school while Andy gets on with some boat jobs. And I'm actually going to show you what Jack is up to at forest school, because lots of people have been asking what Jack does when he's not on the boat, so we're going to show you.
Mom!
Yes, darling?
It's Planar!
It's okay.
Well, it's horrible. It's grey, it's windy, it's raining very, very heavily on and off. So, what I wanted to do today, my plan, to go up there. But that plan has gone out the window because there's no way I'm going up the mast in strong winds and, you know, rain unless I absolutely have to. I wanted to go up there to sort out the anemometer because it's still giving us grief. I fixed it, or I thought I'd fixed it back in Torquay, and it worked fine, and then it's stopped working again, and it's still temperamental. So I was going to bring the whole unit down and have a look at it, and the reason I wanted to do that is because I've got the Predict Wind system to install, and that was going to be this episode. Some amazing footage of me going up the mast, bringing that stuff down, which always looks good. And having a look at Predict Wind and trying to wrap my head around that. That's not happening in this episode for the aforementioned reasons. So what I'm going to do is make a quick list for my own sort of benefit, really, of everything that we've done on the boat and what's left to do. So here's the list of everything that we've done, not necessarily in the order we did them. Category 1, propulsion and mechanical. We've done a light engine overhaul, so that's oil, filters, the pipe work, new engine mounts and the prop shaft alignment. I've insulated the whole engine bay and sound deadened it all. Dave made us a brand spanking new stainless steel diesel tank, and he also made us a new bow roller and a custom made anchor. And one of the first things that we did when we got the boat was fit an anchor windlass because it didn't have one, and we've got 70 metres of brand new chain. We've also fitted a hydrovane. Standing and running rigging has all been checked by Dan Thursfield from Peterson Rigging, and any bits that needed replacing have been replaced. And we've fitted roller reefing. We've done quite a lot of fiberglass repair work to the bottom of the keel, which was a bit of an issue, and I did that myself at Deganwy last year, and it's been checked by the guys at Portland. Category 2, electrical and power systems. We've got a full lithium battery bank installed. That's 6 Acceleron 115 amp hour batteries, a Victron Multi Plus 2 inverter charger system. We've got an extensive solar array comprising of 2 300 watt panels on the coach roof, 210 watt fixed panels on the aft end, and a whole selection of folding panels that we can deploy at anchor. Navigation and communication. There was nothing on the boat. It had all been ripped out when we bought it. So I've installed a second-hand Raymarine network with the ST60 Tridata depth and wind units. And we've also now got Orca integrated into that system, which is working fantastically. And we've replaced the legacy Neko autopilot with a modern Raymarine system and paired that up with the old Neko autopilot drive unit, and that works fantastically well. We've got the Predict Wind hub and the professional package. Now, we've got that, I just haven't finished fitting it, and that's part of the reason I wanted to go up the mast to sort out our anemometer, because it needs that wind data for the Predict Wind hub to function in its fullest form. We have a Vespa XB6000 AIS integrated with the NME 0183 and NME 2000 networks, and we've got an ICOM M505 VHF and an M802 HF radio integrated, and we have the Starlink system permanently mounted for connectivity. Interior and living spaces. I've done a complete refit of Jack's aft cabin, built him a new desk and all of that stuff, and that's finished now, that end of the boat. We've got a new galley set up with an air fryer, mini oven, improved storage. We have a Penguin keel cooled fridge system, which I fitted in Portland last year. We have a Bluetti freezer system installed, the Bluetti Swap Solar, it's called, the freezer. We've got a little washing machine that I fitted when I did Jack's aft cabin. One of the water tanks is up and running and working perfectly, and so that's a big improvement. We have the Autoterm Planar heating system, which is an absolute godsend at this time of year. Melissa has done all new upholstery and soft furnishings throughout the entire boat, from bow to stern. We have new wooden plates, bowls and utensils, all custom made for us by Winterbourne Workshop. Thank you very much for those, they're beautiful. Rigging, sails and deck gear. The boat came with a hang-on head sail setup. We've replaced that with roller reefing, and we work closely with our good friends at Precision Sails. So through them we have a brand spanking new mainsail, genoa and a mizzen. A lot of the running rigging is brand new. We've just kept the bits that were in good condition, and all the standing rigging has been checked out by Dan Thursfield, and any bits that were a bit suspect have been replaced, or a bit tired have been replaced. We've got a good set of fenders, brand new mooring lines, good safety gear, good life jackets. We have a Dan buoy, we have a life buoy, and we have a newish or 1-year-old in-date life raft. And we've got a lot of work still to do cosmetically on the inside. Cockpit and exterior structure. The cockpit stainless work was started by Nigel, then Andy and I continued with that project, and Dave finished it off and gave it the love and attention it really needed. The roof I made with Andy, that's a roof and water catcher and solar panel array combined, so that was built by myself and Andy Darlington. And the cockpit enclosure fabrics, all the canvas work, was done by Melissa and is absolutely amazing. So now we can sail fully enclosed without having to go outside at all if we want to. Of course, we can zip all of those fabrics off if we want to get the good airflow, but it gives us modular options. I think you'll agree that's a heck of a huge list of stuff that we've done on the boat already, but now let's just go through all the stuff that's left to do. I haven't got footage of any of this because it's not happened, so unless I was to travel into the future, I can't put up footage of this stuff. And that list comprises of commissioning the remaining water tanks. There are 3 water tanks remaining to recommission, so I want to get those up and running. I want to fit a water maker for long-term self-sufficiency. Rigging and deck gear, we're desperately in need of new winches. The current ones we've got are undersized and they're worn out really. They work, but they're horrible to use. I would like to fit an inner forestay for a second head sail. So I would like to either have a cutter or Solent configuration, depending on what's available and what advice I get when I get round to that. The interior side, interior and comfort, I want to build, I've got some really good ideas for a new saloon table. We've got a folding one that we put up against the wall because the kids love to have the space to roll around and play on the floor with their toys, but I want to make something a bit nicer because it's not particularly nice. Now, this section of the episode is being filmed just after I got back from my little mountain excursion in last week's episode. And I said last night that we were due some bad weather today, and here it is. It was horrible and rainy in the tent this morning, and now it's blowing an absolute gale and raining horizontal. Typical sort of Welsh weather. Now, Melissa is going off to see her dad for a few days with the kids, which is more than half the reason we're back in Wales anyway. And I'm going to be spending some time doing some boat work here. There's a few things that I've got on my list. But when it comes to horrible weather like this, obviously I'm not going to be working outdoors, I'm going to be working inside, and on my downtime we're all as a family trying to avoid staring at the telly and watching, you know, films back to back and seasons of Netflix. You may have gathered I'm a bit of a fan of Yellowstone at the minute, so I can binge watch Yellowstone till the cows come home. But we're trying to avoid too much television, and being on a boat, it's difficult to sort of carry too many books and magazines and that kind of thing. But Readly reached out to us recently and said, did we want to have a look at their app, which we have been using for the last couple of weeks, and it's absolutely fantastic. And one of the things that I want to try and do, as I've said, is become a better sailor. So I've been using the app to read Practical Boat Owner and Yachting Monthly and other publications to kind of improve my education in that respect, along with other stuff as well.
Readly gives you unlimited access to thousands of magazines and newspapers all in one app. It's basically like a digital newsstand in your pocket.
Can you fit an iPad Pro in your pocket then?
No.
Yeah, and it's not just random stuff they throw at you. It's, you know, it's proper publications. You can get to the broadsheet newspapers, which is fantastic. As I said, I've been reading a lot on the sailing and yachting magazines. I've also been reading Guitarist and Guitar Techniques and sort of rekindling my love for that. And there's magazines about, you know, video editing and all that kind of stuff. So whatever it is you're interested in, you can kind of tap into that and get hold of the magazines that you probably wouldn't want to keep on a boat.
And I've got Simply Sewing, Yachting World and 100 crochet tiles on mine. Oh, and on Jack's he's found lots of woodworking magazines, which is his current obsession.
Something I love is the fact that you can download the magazines to read offline. So last week I was up in the mountains, as you saw, and there was absolutely no phone signal up there whatsoever. I didn't show this in the video, but I had got a couple of magazines downloaded onto my phone so that I could, you know, lie in the tent in the evening and read a magazine and, you know, go through some stuff without having to have an internet connection.
Plus it's way better than keeping magazines on board because it saves space, it saves paper, and it keeps us entertained wherever we are. With me going to visit my dad a lot, I've always got Readly on the tablet.
So if you fancy trying Readly, there's a link in the description as always, and you can get access to thousands of titles all for one subscription instead of having to subscribe to dozens and dozens of different magazines.
So thanks to Readly for sponsoring this episode. Now let's get back to the video. So I wanted to show where we are today. So I've brought the kids to the woods today to a forest school community hub type thing, and it's the most amazing space. Lots of people ask, I've got smoke in my eyes. Lots of people ask what Jack's up to, and a couple of days a week this is what we're doing, and we're so incredibly grateful. If anyone spent winter on a boat in the UK, really grateful for this space off the boat to be able to do stuff and just be close to nature. So Jack is using the opportunity of being here to work on some of his interests. So Jack, good morning.
Good morning.
What are you doing in the woods?
I am constructing a cob house.
A cob house?
With a timber frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack has been researching and working out, so he's been doing some maths and some research and planning this cob house that he's going to build in the woods. And Ollie gets to play in the mud kitchen, don't you, and collect leaves and do fun crafty stuff. Jack's going to quickly show us where he's been working. There's not a lot to see yet because there's just been a lot of tree felling and log stripping going on. No, it's not a muffin really. Right, come on then, let's show us. Come on, say come on.
Come on.
Go, go, go.
I don't show us.
Oh, sorry Ollie. Ollie, come on please, darling.
Show us. Because there's a stick.
Oh, okay, come on.
No. I got.
Can you have a look?
It's too sharp.
Ah. So, Jack,
Yeah.
this is your space that you've marked out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, so this is the space that Jack has been mapping out for his little cob house.
Yeah. It's going to be a 12-sided timber frame cob structure.
What material are you going to be using to build it? What is a cob house?
I'm using larch and possibly ash from that dodgy-looking tree over there for the frame itself, and then for the cob, I'm just using the clay that's on site and some straw and other materials.
Yeah, so one of the volunteers here has felled some trees for Jack, and Jack they've dragged them over from the kind of forest area, although we're in the forest.
Yeah, it's just...
Yeah, from a tree plantation area. They've dragged them over here by hand, which has been quite a lot of effort, hasn't it? And then Jack has stripped them down using a draw knife. So we'll show you his work. That's just touching the surface of the things that go on here. There's lots of home educated children that come, lots of families that come here, and they get the opportunity to be outside in nature. They get to do woodworking, they get to be creative, they get to work on different projects that they want to do, bushcraft, learning about nature, just appreciating the space that they're in, and cooking over the fire and all sorts of wonderful things. And we just really appreciate Jenny and Rob opening their home and their woodlands up to all the families that come here, and they have actually started a GoFundMe page to create some warm spaces for their volunteers and the children that come here to spend time in the winter, because there's a geodome which I'll show you that's going to be rebuilt with a raised floor and a log fire, so when the weather's awful people can still come and they can go inside. So if you'd like to contribute to an amazing cause, you can contribute through the GoFundMe. And if you're local, if you want to offer some work or time, that would be incredible. Just drop me a message. We'll drop the link and the link to the website in the description, and it's also on the screen now.
No.
Ollie, Oliver, what do you like about the woods?
Logs.
Logs?
Log pile snake.
Log pile snakes. And do you like the mud kitchen? Do you like painting? Yes, you do. Ollie's in one of those moods today where everything you say, he wants to think the opposite.
I want some yogurt.
Yeah.
What you doing?
Nothing?
Yeah, I do.
That's the thing.
Oh yeah, you haven't something to eat? Good boy. I'm just going to go and check on Jack.
Okay.
You sit there and eat your shreddies.
Hi.
Oh. Yeah. So Jack's making an additional shelter
Just
next to his cob house. What's it for?
Well, it's just two posts and a roof.
And like a little lean-to.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just going to go across there.
Yeah, nice.
Just to put logs there, strip them.
Nice. Have somewhere dry to work.
Yeah, because it's, Wales.
Wales.
Yeah.
Says waving a sword.
Yeah.
A saw around.
Sorry.
Yeah. So he's going to make a space where he can prep his logs for his cob house.
Yeah, or just...
That's dry, just a shelter in between these two trees.
Yeah.
Lovely.
I need to remove that stump in a minute.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. I got the stump out of the ground because it's alive.
Oh, well done. Show me the stump that you got out of the ground.
Pretty manky.
Yeah.
Well, it would have been... Well, it is a nice shelter, so I'm planning on just relocating it back then.
Yeah.